everyone, welcome to another video. This one's going to be on the Firefox browser. I have had family members ask me a couple of questions about this, so I'm going to go ahead and post this video in case you haven't used Firefox before. So first thing, you obviously open up the browser you're using, and we're going to type in Firefox. And it should be the very first one on here, so you're going to go ahead and click on that. You're going to download Firefox. We're going to go down to just download the browser, and you're going to save that to your downloads folder. So once that is saved in there, just go in there, double click it and install it. Once you install it, you should get a link up here for the browser, and you can launch it from there. Once you do launch it, you're going to be greeted with this window here. The first time you launch it, you're probably going to get that little welcome message. But for the norm, you're going to get this window right here. So the first thing I'm going to knock out of the way is the ones they were asking me about the most, which is the bookmarks. Now, when you open up your browser, it's more than likely going to look like this. You're not going to have those added tabs up there. So if you do not, and you want to activate them, you're going to go ahead and right click on the upper bar, click menu bar, and that is going to show you these options here. Now what I'm going to do is just go to a couple of sites here so we can create some bookmarks. So what we're going to do off the bat is just go ahead and click them on here, and we're going to just drag and drop them here. So you can highlight it over a folder and then slide it over, paste it on there. You can also just do a little shortcut here. So we're going to do this one. So you can just do Control D, and it's going to pop up this window here, and it's telling you the location that you want to put it on. You can choose from those, and you can go ahead and hit save, and you can do it that way. So you can literally, just keep going and keep going, and put the different links in there. So we're going to go ahead and create another one. Let's just drag and drop this one. Okay, and there's a reason I'm showing it to you this way, because this is one of the biggest issues people have with the bookmarks. If their computer gets broken, if their hard drive dies, and you had, for example, hundreds of bookmarks on there, you're going to lose it. There's two ways to save those bookmarks that are efficient. I'm going to show you the one that you can do through the browser itself. So we're going to go ahead and click on bookmarks. We're going to click manage bookmarks. Once this window pops up, you're going to see that it has, the ones we just created on there. Now, what I like about this is a lot of people do a lot of browsing, and, they may have, they could be a web designer. They're going to have websites for web design. They might have another one for programs that they like. If they game, they're going to have gaming websites. So this is pretty neat here, because what you can do from this window, you can go into whatever, the other folders here. And then what you're going to do is right click on there, and you're going to create a new folder. So you're going to right click, add folder, and then you're going to give that a name. So if you're a websites designer, you can just type website in here. You're going to save that, and now you're going to have a folder called website. If you like to do gaming, you can add a folder that's gaming. Save that, and then I'm going to show you why we want to do that. So let's say you're a web designer. You use Wix. Okay, you're gonna have that. Now you can go ahead and save that into that folder, and then I'll show you why that's beneficial here in a minute. So you can do it like I showed you earlier. You can do the drag and drop feature. You can hit Control D. That's going to bring up the add bookmark window. There's the name of the website. This is cool because you can go ahead and edit the name of it right here. So if you just want the Wix to show up, which is easier, you could just put wix.com or just Wix, and then this spot here is the location where you want to put it. So since you had several options, you got the bookmark toolbar, the bookmarks menu, and other bookmarks. So you can choose one of those, and then you're going to go ahead and put it in there. And then we created a folder, so we're going to click choose instead. So we're going to do choose. We're going to go into this one, and there's the website folder that you created. So you're going to save it right in there. So now when you go to your bookmarks and you go here, website, there's the website you just did. Now that's going to come in handy because, like I said, for most people, they do a lot of browsing, a lot of different websites for different things that they do. You can just create folders for those different type of genres, and you can have them all saved right here. Another neat thing that you could do is once you're in this bookmark window, if you want to make it a little bit easier for you to even find the folders, once they're done and you have them in a folder, you can just drag that folder and you can put it directly on here. So now versus having to go into the bar, they'll be right there, and I'll show you right now. So now when you do bookmarks, well, it'll still keep it in the folder. Okay, so I see. So it'll still keep it in that because it was under the toolbar. So it is going to still keep it on there. Okay, there we go. So now you can literally, like I said, just keep doing your websites, and you're going to have anything that has to do with websites, you'll put it in here. Your gaming stuff, you can put it in there. And there's another way you could do it too. You could just kind of make this window smaller, and you could just drag and drop them in there. To do that, you would have to have two separate windows, so that might not be the best case scenario, but you can still do it that way if you want. Quickest way, honestly, is just the Control D, which opens up the little option. That way you can edit the name. You could tell it what folder you want to go in. The defaults are these. If you've made your own, you're going to click choose, and there go the folders. So that's the easiest way to get your bookmarks saved. Now, if you have a ton of bookmarks, like I said, and the main thing is when the computers go out and you lose your bookmarks. If you did not have them backed up, you're going to lose them. So what you want to do is click bookmarks, manage bookmarks, and then we're going to go into the import and backup spot, and we're going to click backup. And as you can see over here, file name, it's going to date it with the date that you saved the bookmarks, and it automatically names it bookmarks. You can change this if you want. My advice is just keep it as is because it does have it date stamped, so you know what day the backup took place. So you can go ahead and do that. Save it. It's telling me it already exists because I did one earlier, but there you go. So now it's saved. Now if you want to back that up, like I said, the best case scenario, save yourself from big hassle. Save that to a backup drive if you have it. That way, if something happens to your main drive, you're still going to have access to your bookmarks, because you could quickly import them back in by just clicking on this. Then this time we're going to go under restore, and we're going to pick the one that we just created. And like I said, see, this is the advantage of having the dates on there. So you can go ahead and just click on that, and it's going to restore your bookmarks. So that way, if something happened, you can literally, new computer, install Firefox, and then click on this restore, and then you would just go to the location on your computer where you had that file created. So that's why the best case scenario, you can even make that and email it to yourself. That way you have it saved on the email if the computer goes completely bonkers, and if you lose like both hard drives, or you only had one hard drive and you lost that one, you can retrieve it from the email. Because in that case scenario, you would just open up your email once you got the new computer up and running, install Firefox, just access your email, save that to your computer, and just import it from right here. So restore, and then pick the file. So that's the best case scenario to do it for bookmarks. Now I'm going to show you a couple of more features on here that you may or may not know about. So we did the bookmarks, the settings here. You're going to go to tools, settings, and this is your basic stuff, general. You can kind of go in and out of these options here, what you want to do. The one that I always like to concentrate on is the privacy one. So this one is the level of security that you have on there. So the browser privacy could be standard, strict, custom. This one is good if you want to go ahead and, let's say you go to a lot of sites that have passwords. You can go ahead and click on this, and most of the time, once you do let's say you go to a new website, you assign yourself a username and a password. For the most part, it doesn't do it all the time, but for the most part, once you do that, it's gonna notice it's a new one, and it's gonna ask you if you want to save the login information. If you do, then it'll be easy because you're just gonna go to the website, and it should pop up the information that you saved. It'll block it out with so you can't literally see it, but you'll see your username. The password will be blotted out, but it'll have the little characters into the circles, and it's going to remember that, so you can log right in there without having to type anything in. Then down here, form and autofill, you can pick those options here. Now on history, I don't like you know having the history on there. You don't want anyone to know what you were looking at or doing. Obviously, bank info, things like that. So you want to always keep that clear history when you close Firefox. So literally every time you close Firefox, it's going to clear the history. Now, if you do like to leave the history up, you'll be able to access it from here. And then you can either show all the history, and obviously this is blank because I have it off. But if you want to do see the history, you can click on here, and it's going to show you the settings there. And then you can also search history from here and just type in there, and it can find it easier for you that way. Now syncing, this is what you want to do if you let's say you have Firefox on different devices, because you can use Firefox on iOS, you could use it on your mobile phone. They have the browser, so you can literally just go into the other devices. If you synced your info on the one device, you'll be able to access it from the other one if you log in. So you'll need to sign up right here to get that to work. So those are, this is pretty much a lot of stuff to do with the browser. There's, more things, but those are the things that you're gonna, want to access the most. Another thing here, once you download items, I suggest you go in here and set that. That is going to be, I believe, under General, Home. I think it's under General. Let's go a little bit down. Okay, so this spot right here, this is where you're going to tell it, basically where your downloads folder is at. For the first time you launch it, it's going to always be set to downloads. If you want to change it, just click on browse and pick another folder, and it's going to automatically do it to there. Keep in mind that when you do that, it is always going to put it in that location. If you want it to always ask you, you can always leave this clicked on, and it's going to ask you where you want to do it. If you leave it off, it's going to automatically do it there regardless. And then this, you can pretty much leave this alone because this is pretty much the standard, different types of extensions and so forth. And it's going to be, the right side is going to be the program that opens it. For example, the PDF is going to open in Firefox, unless you have another program that, that opens the PDFs. Then you can set those options here. Or you can also go to the other settings, the Windows default programs. Updates, this is where you would just head to see if there's an update. As you can see, mine is up to date. Here, this is a good option here where you can check. You can have it check, do it on its own, and it'll install automatically. I like to leave it on here, so have it check for updates, but it'll let you know when the update is available, and you can choose to either update it or to not update it. This here I would leave on, various other features down here, but that is that's pretty much it. Another little tip: when you're browsing, if you want to resize the page, you can just leave the control button down and scroll your mouse. If you go upwards on the mouse, it'll make the page bigger. Down, it'll shrink the page. If you're reading a PDF file, you want to go full screen, or if you're watching a video, or if you want to get rid of the tabs and go full screen, you hit the F11 key, and that'll it'll completely take up the whole monitor that you're using with whatever you're looking at. To put it back, just hit F11, and that way it'll bring up all the tabs and menus up here. So that is pretty much it for that one. Hopefully you guys can find that useful. Go ahead and please hit subscribe for me, and we'll see you guys on the next video.